Streisand.
Hey guys, you better wrap up warm because you know it's Homebrew Wednesday. And yeah, what's happened to the weather, man? What a difference between last week and this week. Last week, sunny, couldn't sleep. This week, freezing cold, lots of rain. But we got a couple of things to mention on Homebrew Wednesday. So let's have a look at the first section. Okay guys, so first things first, we have a tale of two ciders. One cider really, because this one is from Beer Lover and it's a hop cider with Amarillo. And all I've got on here is hop cider bottled in April. So I thought I can't just drink that by myself. It is Homebrew Wednesday after all. So I thought I'd get some of my hop cider out. I've got a very small little growler here, but don't tell anyone. This one's a still one, this is mine. I believe this one was hopped with, I think it was Cascade. It's a long time ago I did this one. So let's see what we get. They've been in the fridge because I know Grant's ciders get a bit carbonated sometimes. Good amount of smoke on there. Let's see what we got. Now this was bottled back in April. And I can see, especially when you dry hop things, I know I've said it before, but unfortunately you do get a bit of cloudiness in there. It's meant to be carbonated, but not very much so. A little bit of carbonation, which is unusual, but I'm pleasantly surprised because I like my ciders quite dry. So let's go for my one. My one's not carbonated at all. I like the proper scrumpy. And the benefit of doing that is you tend to get a clearer product. So if you care about such things, I'll put the label out, there we go. All it says is hop cider. So there we go. If I move this across, we can compare directly. So this one's Ben's, Amarillo hops, slightly carbonated but not too much so. Here's mine, uncarbonated with Cascade. Let's go for Grant's one first. Yeah, you can definitely taste, you can definitely smell the aroma of the hops there. I think he did use quite a lot as well. That's really nice. Tiny bit bitter perhaps. Not sure if you back sweetened this one, Grant. Maybe in the next one you should do. Also I can taste a lot of hop oil in there. And I know you use quite a lot of the hops, the Amarillo hops in there. Maybe you should go a tiny bit easier next time. Have to say though, as a first try, this is very nice. And not very carbonated, which is exactly what I like. You know, sometimes you get those waters and there's a taste of carbonation, but it's not fizzy. Do you know what I mean? That's what that tastes like, just under the surface. Okay, so let's compare this against my one. Very light again, but yeah, you can definitely smell the hops. But that's one thing, do carbonated ciders, because they're bubbly and fizzy, does that make the hop aroma more? I guess it does. Does it have a huge impact on the drink? Probably not, but it'll give you a better aroma at the start. Let's dive into this one. A lot drier. The hops are very in the secondary, but there's a good alcohol kick there. I think if I'm right, my one came out about 8%, something like that, which is pretty good for a cider. I like quite strong ciders. Grant's one, it doesn't say how strong it is, but tasting those side by side, I suspect this one's about 6.5. For some reason, my one hits the back of the throat with the alcohol. You know, the punch. But yeah, I think these are more similar than you think. To be honest, I'd be happy to receive either one of these. Pardon me. Oh, I'm belching. No carbonation. Where's that coming from? And I have to say, a big shout out to the big man, Big CQ, for getting the hop cider thing running in the UK. I know it's kind of died down a bit now, and I know people did do hop ciders before Big CQ, BS. But he's the one responsible for upping the whole profile of it, upping the hop profile of the cider. So cheers to you, big man. Cheers to Grant for sending me this one. I believe this is the last one that I've got of his beers. Actually, there might be one more in the Shed of Doom. I'll have to have a check. But I know I haven't uploaded them all, so there will be a few more reviews, but I think this is one of the last ones that I'm actually drinking. And obviously my one, it's been in the bottle probably about 6-7 months now. Yeah, it does age quite well, I have to say, hop cider. And look at the clarity. I mean, if you want clear cider, you've got to go for the non-carbonated one. Yeah, let's see what else we've got. It's Homebrew Wednesday. Hey guys, now the only problem with drinking hop cider of any description, and I've got some left over here from that review I did earlier on. Very nice. Is when you drink cider, especially when it's 8%, is you get really pissed really quickly, and I'm feeling a bit kind of, how should you say, bit worse for wear, especially when you're drinking in the daytime. But yeah, there are a few other things that I'd like to talk about. One thing is the Uncle Johnner 1 can kit challenge, which, yeah, we're going to do it. I've had some good feedback, had some amazingly good feedback from certain people, and yeah, what I'd like to say is, oh my god, people have looked into it and gone, oh, this bit's wrong and you need to change this and that. All I'm trying to do is make a competition, shall we say, a challenge, and I want it open to all people. So people that just do 1 can kits because that's all you can do, or people that do mini mashes and that kind of stuff. So don't read too much into it. The only reason I put a caveat that says you have to put the price in is because I don't want someone who works for a brew shop or something like that going completely mad and, you know, making some extraordinary brew that's of course going to win because you spent 30-40 quid on it. So that's what I wanted to offset. People that are just doing a 1 can with a kilo and maybe adding a couple of little bits and bobs to it, you're on a par, yeah, with someone that's been brewing for years and years and is going to do a mini mash or something. Anyway, guys, please PM me. Don't put a comment. Well, you can put a comment, of course, more than welcome. But please send me a message because I try and look at all the comments, but I can't always get things in the right order. So please send me a message saying I want to do the 1 kit challenge, and next week we'll see who's in, and we'll get this thing on the road. Yeah. So all you have to do, I think it's going to be send me 3 bottles. Yeah. So 1 for me and maybe 2 for the competition winners, because I might split it down the middle. Yeah. And of course I'm going to get a panel of judges. It's not just me, yeah, so don't think you can sway me. We probably can. Send me 4 beers. No, I'm only kidding. So send me 3 beers, and it's going to be probably end of September, beginning of October. Yeah, so 1 can kit, and also you have to tell me what you put in it. Yeah, breakdown of cost. So one can, maybe it's a Wilco's, 10 quid. I put in a kilo of sugar, 2.50, 3 quid, whatever it is. I use some hops, couple of quid. So I want a breakdown, yeah? Not so I can rip you guys off, because everyone's going to know. I'm going to post all the recipes on there. It's just to keep it real, you know what I mean? Anyway, I haven't been doing too much brewing lately, but there is an update which I'd like to tell you about. So that's going to follow real soon. No, really, it's going to be now. Hey guys, got a different hat on. I'm trying to keep the hat continuity going here, and having no hat, having different hats. You might have seen the t-shirt change as well. You know how we do it, it's Homebrew Wednesday. Yeah, but look at this. We have 2 ex-Fuller's bottles. I know how homebrewers love the ex-Fuller's bottles, basically because the labels come off very easily. You can put 20 bottles in the bath, fill it up with hot water, leave it for 10 minutes, the labels just melt off. So it's the homebrewer's friend. Other breweries, take note. So what are these? Well, we've got 10 of the best, and we've got 2 variants. We have the plain 10 of the best, no label. No label. You know how we do it, it's homebrew. So that's just the normal 10 of the best. And this one is 10 of the best, dry hopped. No label. Come on. How do I know the difference? Well, it's on the cap. So I'm just conditioning these at the moment. And what I did was, I dry hopped it with, I think it was Fuggles I used. But I dry hopped it to within an inch of its life. So I put a lot of dry hops in there just to give it some aroma. So hopefully, maybe next week, maybe the week after, depends how the conditioning's going, because I've got testers in plastic jars and I give them a bit of a squeeze and test how the carbonation's going. But those should be ready soon. It's looking good. 10 of the best. And you know me, I love my best. I love a dishwater pint, as I call them. And that's not meant as disrespect. That is meant to encapsulate when you go into a pub and you buy the local brew and it goes down so smooth. It's very, very nice. Nothing special, but it goes down a treat. And that's what I've tried to recreate here. So those 2 are going to be ready soon. And then we'll have to think about some other things to do on Homebrew Wednesday. Well, I'll be thinking about it, and you guys stay tuned. More beer reviews, more Homebrew Wednesdays. There's even going to be a Supermarket Sunday. I know I'm a bit sporadic with those, but there's going to be another one. Guys, take care. From me, Uncle Jonah, to you guys, take care of yourselves. Drink more beer.